Hi, welcome back to What's Going On. I'm your host, Colin Michael Job, right here on REMIC TV. A really interesting show for you today. It's been a learning process for me, and my mind's been opened up. And as the old saying, once the mind is open, it never returns to the same size. So my special guest with me today is Ray Lawrence of IGIC, which is Intergenerational Income Corporation. Ray's been telling me a lot about mortgages. We're going to talk about taxes. We're going to talk about how we can get wealthy. Ray, just prior to the break, we were talking about mortgages, and there's a whole lot of confusion out there. Most people have a mortgage, and it takes them 20, 30 years to pay it off. But you were telling me before that there are better ways.
There are much better ways. In fact, they say North Americans are drowning in debts. Drowning in debts. Over 25% of their income just goes in mortgage and loan payments. Okay. Now, by just restructuring their mortgage, they could cut down their premiums or their payments by almost a third, and the money saved could grow to millions of dollars within 15 or 20 years. Or conversely, they could cut down their mortgage payments by 7 to 10 years and save hundreds of thousands of dollars.
How is that possible, Ray?
It all requires information. At our office, we see people every day who come to inquire how to restructure their mortgage and loans. And it's so simple that people understand it after they've learned.
So you're saying it's not a complicated process?
It's not complicated at all.
In fact, if you don't know, it's complicated, though.
Sure, it's made complicated by the financial institutions because they make much more on the wrong mortgage than on the right mortgage. Or conversely, the consumer loses a ton of money over 20 or 30 years of their mortgage payments.
So is a compound mortgage the best way to go?
No, it's simple interest mortgage, which is the best way to go. Now, it sounds simple, but it's not as simple as it sounds. And that's why you need a specialist. We have the specialists in our office. If they go to our website, www.IGIC.CA, or they can call our phone number. It's 1-800-975-6512.
Great. And so you're saying it's really, I want to make sure I'm understanding you correctly. The average person can make a change to a product that's out there and widely available. But if it's widely available, why isn't it widely known?
It's, again, very simple. The institutions out there are in business, and they want to make more, not less. So the wrong mortgage makes them less money. The right mortgage makes them less money. The wrong mortgage makes them more money. So if you are in business, you would like to market what makes you more money.
Right, that makes sense. But so the average person, I'm baffled by this because you're saying the average person can turn their situation around by shifting this.
If they're prepared to spend 1 hour, just 1 hour to educate themselves, they can save themselves hundreds of thousands of dollars over the next 20 years of
hundreds of thousands of dollars, right?
On their mortgage payments, yes.
And this is a mathematical formula?
Absolutely. And it doesn't take them long to recognize that when they see the math.
So you don't need to be a genius to figure this out?
No, you don't have to be a genius. It's your money, not the bank's money.
So I'm just shifting what I'm doing, but it's actually working in my favor and not somebody else's.
That's right. And the good news is it costs you nothing to make the change, because our specialists also get paid on the right mortgage, just like the bankers get paid on the wrong mortgage.
So there's no out-of-pocket money?
No out-of-pocket money. We make a smaller profit than the other financial institutions that offer the wrong mortgage.
Interesting. Well, folks, once again, my mind is blown here. It's really interesting information, and I would encourage you to give Ray a call or go to the website IGIC.CA to take a look and see if it can actually work for you as well. Ray, you talked before about real estate, and my sense is you're a big proponent of real estate. You believe it's a fabulous way to build wealth. How does the average person do that?
Let me just say this. For 40 years I've been in the business of finances. I've never been able to make one single mutual fund millionaire. Just in the last 3 or 4 years that I've been exposed to real estate, I've already made and developed a few real estate millionaires.
You've developed a few yourself?
Absolutely. And all you need to do is go on our website and there are some testimonials there of professionals, executives, business people who attest to what I've just said.
So you're saying it's possible for the average person?
Anyone can do it.
Okay. And how does, because when you think of real estate, most of us have, we have homes, but are you saying then that is there wealth in our home? Like how do we get this real estate wealth?
Since you alluded to homes, let me correct a perception that people have that their house is an asset. Your house is not an asset.
Right.
Assets.
Sorry, go ahead.
You see, the definition of assets and liabilities for the wealthy is different than for the poor man. The wealthy say assets feed you, liabilities eat you. Do you agree with that definition?
Well, that analogy makes sense.
Okay.
But I must say, I guess I'm subjected to this state of ignorance that I've always been told that a home is an asset. A home is an asset.
Okay.
And whenever I walked into an institution, no one's ever said to me, Colin, a home is not an asset.
Okay.
So what you're telling me is in conflict with what I've heard for donkey years.
I would like to tell you, I'd rather suggest that you know the definition of an asset. They say assets feed you. And if you agreed with that definition, your house, you pay tax, you pay insurance, you do repairs, you do upgrades, and not a penny income. So it doesn't fit into that definition.
But it sounds like you're telling me that house bleeds you. Because it's like I'm giving up something, I'm giving up, and there's no return.
Other than
it's a negative situation.
Other than giving the pride of ownership and maybe some long-term growth, it doesn't give you a penny income. Now, if you own the neighbor's house, you have an asset because you got an income. The interest on that mortgage is tax deductible. You lay some carpets and put some roof on the expenses are tax deductible. You do those things in your own house, not a penny is tax deductible. So when you have income property, it's tax efficient, it provides income. That income doesn't stop when you die or get disabled or retire.
It just keeps coming.
Continues for life. So
this is a lot of misinformation out there. So this is just a psychological trick.
Anyone that can own a house can own income property.
Really?
Yes.
Anyone?
But the banks
How so?
Because the banks are willing to finance you.
They are?
And we have a team that will help to manage the property.
Yeah, but when I walked into the bank, they didn't say to me, hey, Colin, you own a home. Let me finance you get some extra properties. Okay. No one's ever brought it to my attention.
Sure. That's because you don't have the professionals on your side. So we have a team of professionals that show you how to access money, how to find the property, how to get the property managed for you.
Really?
It's as simple as that.
Yeah, because and that's as you talk to me here, it really sounds simple, and I'm saying to myself, well, come on, Ray, can it really be that simple? There must be more to it that I'm not paying attention to.
I just say this: when you buy a house, you have to work, and your wife has to work to pay the monthly mortgage payments. You buy a building, you don't have to work, and your wife doesn't have to work to make the monthly payments. The rents make the monthly payments. So it's easier to own a building than to own a house. It's just as easy to get the money for the building as to get the money for the house.
Really? So what do I need to do, Ray? I need to buy myself a condo or a condo building, or what do I need to do?
What you need to do is just change your mindset. Do you know why most people have a house? Because everybody else has a house. Now, if you had come in the country and your sister-in-law and father-in-law and brother-in-law all own buildings, automatically you would go to the bank and see how do I own a building. Nothing to do with having more money or more smarts.
Really?
It's just a mindset.
Really? So are we? So you're I'm starting to feel as though I'm part of just another sheep following the flock here.
Most people are like monkey see, monkey do. Everybody got a house, let me buy a house. And here's another thing, Colin. I'm nearing age 80. And over the years, I've come to realize that most people do what everybody else is doing. And I'm here to say that anything that everybody does is usually wrong. The wealthy don't do what everybody does.
So in short, you're telling me you can't get rich following the masses?
No. You just have to learn what the wealthy have learned. And you can learn it. We have regular workshops A 1-hour workshop could change the way you think. It could change your finances without you changing
Right. But okay, well, here's this. You're saying there are people out there who've been conditioned 30, 40 years of their life. And you're telling me that in an hour, we can eradicate some of that brainwashing?
No, it'll just get you on the path to changing the way you think. It won't eradicate it in an hour, but at least give you a start to realize that you're on the wrong path and get you on the right path. And I promise you, within a year, you'll learn how to make money work for you instead of you working for money. It took you 20 years to learn how to work for money. You went 6 years, 8 years to school, or 12 years to school, and then your parents said you better get a better education, so you went to college or university, and you spent 20 years learning how to become an accountant or doctor or engineer. In other words, 20 years to learn how to work for money. That will give you a comfortable living. Won't make you a fortune.
All right. Well, you know what? You may think so, but as I hear this information, I'm getting really uncomfortable right now.
Well,
I've been following the flock for a long time.
I'm glad. I hope the audience is also getting very uncomfortable, because you know what? My job is to make people uncomfortable so that they get out of that comfort zone and start wanting to learn what the wealthy have learned.
Right.
They were not born with that knowledge. They just developed that knowledge. They learned it. So all you need to do is spend some time to learn how to make money work for you. You spend 20 years to learn how to work for money. I'm not asking too much. I'm asking you to spend 1 year to learn how to make money work for you.
I hear you. We're going to take a quick break. I mean, the wheels are turning here. The wheels are turning. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back right here on What's Going On.